the Chinese Communist Party inside our wires. Let's go to the video now.
Sometimes you get asked a question that you really wonder, well, why is anybody even asking this? Why should we even be thinking about it now, given that what we know of the nature of the Chinese Communist Party, the People's Republic of China, and what they intend to do to us? But this is one of those questions. And what is the question, obviously, is the Chinese in our grid, in our strategic infrastructure, the critical infrastructure as well, same thing. But we think about it, go back a little bit, you think about this and how we always consider this issue of our war with the Chinese as something off in the future on the day that the shooting actually starts. And then much of our debate these days is about the woefully inadequate, in fact non-existent almost, say shipbuilding capacity. It's 200 times less than what China has. We don't have enough aircraft. We don't have enough of the right sorts. We can't make enough missiles and ammunition to sustain a fight, much less to help our friends around the world. They talk about, do we have positioning in the Asia Pacific so that we can operate, does the Marine Corps have a proper operating capability with this Force Design 2030? How exactly are we going to fight? Can our allies do it? The Japanese, the Filipinos, the Australians. So we're actually talking about kinetic warfare and what happens then. But the Chinese have always looked at it very differently. And the war has already started, for one thing. And what they have been about is positioning themselves and softening us up so that the day the shooting actually starts, that things are going to happen to us that are going to make it impossible for us to do the kinetic warfare. And so even if we can somehow get our military act together, and our financial act as well, that we're not able to fight or not able to fight very well. And what that means is they've gone after our infrastructure, particularly our grid. And if you think about it, it's not all that hard to figure out. Think about what happens when the electricity goes down and every now and then a huge storm plows through Washington and trees fall on power lines and suddenly half the people of Washington have no electricity. And think about that, just what an inconvenience it is. People tend to fret and go frantic, I think even without a storm, say when you don't have 15 minutes of Wi-Fi. Just think of your reaction to that. But imagine, though, if, for example, the grid goes down.